Hello, welcome. It is me, Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. We are going to get straight to it. This is for September 2025. We are doing an unedited, raw, uncut live reading for September 2025. If you want to know predictions, you want to know the core energy of the month, we have what are some breakthroughs, some opportunities, any lessons of the month. We're going to discuss that. Love and relationships. That's always a favorite. And money, career, any type of healing you need to have for our spiritually and emotionally and overall guidance. We are going to break it down. Welcome. How is everyone? How is your day? How is your month? Let's get started. The tarot that I'm using, I always forget the name of this. Hopefully I'll remember to put it down. I'm also got some oracle cards up here. I have several tarot decks. I know this one, the African tarot deck, is on my desk. I forget the name of this one. But I got 3 tarot decks and 1 oracle deck. Let me see. I might have some more oracle. Yeah, you know what? We'll use, sorry if my mic is far. We'll use this one too. And it's called The Universe Has My Back. Very optimistic and positive, and we'll use it for some guidance here. Okay, so we have this as well. All right, so let's get started. We are going to start with the core energy of the month, the main theme influencing you, okay, for this month, okay? We have a 2 of cups. So a lot of you guys, the core energy is going to be based on relationship, either you and others or you and God, your relationship with spirituality, or your relationships with your emotions, or your relationships with others. It could be a business partner, a friendship, a lover, a husband. Also, too, we have major overall themes of finances. Also, too, your feelings with finances, okay? Do you feel insecure with money? Do you feel confident? This is also your relationship with your health. Okay, so relationship with resources for as finances and relationship with health. How do you feel about it? Is it positive? And are you really focusing on your well-being, your mental health, your physical health? Is that positive? Okay, so that is the core energy of the month. Now let's talk about the breakthroughs and opportunities. This is where there's some progress and growth for you this month. Now, a lot of celebration. Everyone's looking at you. You are going to be rewarded for something. So there is some progress for you, and everyone's looking at you, especially in regards to relationship with God and spirituality or relationships with others. In your relationships, you're going to get praised. Okay. They're going to reward you. Far as your health, there is going to be a breakthrough. God's going to give you a new message. There's going to be something that you are going to learn. You're going to see, you're going to get some truth here, far as when it comes to your health or when it comes to your finances this month. Okay. Those are going to be the breakthroughs. That's where you're going to get progress. You're going to learn something new. God's going to give you some new opportunities, far as clarity and knowledge and truth and wisdom when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your health, when it comes to physical, tangible resources, and major celebration in relationships and even relationship with God. Okay. Now, the challenges of the month. We have the 2 of Wands. There needs to be gathering and collecting data and information when it comes to relationships, when it comes to your emotions, when it comes to you and God, okay? There needs to be sitting in the back seat, not moving forward, but actually learning. This is someone who's reading the Bible. This is someone who's doing a lot of self-help books. This is someone who's actually learning how to be in a relationship or learning about God and their spirituality. That's what you're doing this month, okay? You are not going on dates, you are actually learning how to date. Okay. There is a difference. You are learning about your spouse, you're learning about your business partner, you're learning about how to be a better partner, you're learning how to be better with God, how to be better with your intuition, and how to pray and use those practices better. Okay. Now, far as some other challenges and lessons that could be happening is, wow, you are walking away from what no longer serves you. Okay. When it comes to your money and when it comes to your resources, when it comes to your health, you are seeing a brighter light. You are, there's eclipse happening. Okay. In a sign Virgo. So this makes me think of this. This always makes me think of an eclipse, even though there isn't an eclipse on this card. But an original card, it has an eclipse, and you are walking away. God is shoving you to this to change your perspective, and the perspective is to get rid of the toxic energy and to focus more on maybe the health or the details. There's something that's happening, and you're changing that perspective, and you're walking away from the toxic energy of health or finances as well. Okay. Um, and that is going to be either a challenge or a lesson. So walking away from things that no longer serve you could be a challenge because there is a change. Okay. And gaining perspective and sitting down and actually gathering information and looking on the World Wide Web or Google or researching things, it's hard for a lot of people to do when they want to get it going, when they want to just jump in love or jump in a partnership. But this is an energy of moving slow and taking your time. Okay. And that could be a challenge and a lesson at the same time. Okay. Now, love and relationships. Here we go. Okay. So, for all of you guys who are here for love, we have the Four Swords. This is a time to rest. Again, we've had this research here. This is a time to rest. This is not the time to go and do online dating. This is a time to really just focus on peace of mind more than anything. This Four Swords, you see, there's even a heart here. There's even a heart, and you're not focused on a heart. You're just resting your body. This is a time to restore yourself and restore that mental health more than focusing on love. Okay. So let me pull another one. We have, then there will be progression. Once you decide to rest and stop, focusing on the outward relationship, and maybe it's not even maybe focus on yourself, then you will see progressions in your relationship. Okay. Far as money and career, ooh, new opportunities. Far as finances for you in the month of April, God is giving you some tangible things coming your way. Get ready for that, and it's tangible. Okay. So far as finances and career, you are going to, it sounds like it's going to be the start of something abundant. We have the Queen of Cups. You're very happy. There's something that either is coming in your dreams or a message, and but it's going to give you the tangible results. So pay attention to that. Go off of your gut, your feeling, your intuition, and it's going to give you tangible results when it comes to your money and your career. Okay. For us, emotional healing. This is the Justice card. The Justice card represents having balance, having harmony, focusing on self-love, focusing on receiving. This card represents Libra energy. Libra is more about receiving. It's about aesthetics and being around nature and beauty. Yeah, and focusing on, like, skincare and spa dates and flowers and roses and going to the park and smelling good scents. It doesn't have to be perfume. It could be natural scents. Or really focusing on loving yourself and taking time for yourself. Let's see what we have here. Always appreciating your hard work, keeping us informed, inspired. Oh, thank you so much. Always enjoy your comments too, and they're very positive. So that is what we have for the emotional. And let's go into the spiritual healing too. We have the Justice. You need to practice balance. Do not do too much of one thing. So do not overwork out. Do not overeat. Do not over binge. Do not don't overdo anything. Just keep everything within a balance. Okay. Also, too, this makes me think of feminine energy across the board. Justice card represents Libra. Libra is a very masculine, feminine sign, right? So the masculine part is that you are achieving something. It's very external. At the same time, it's very feminine. So feminine dealing with feminine parts. So the uterus is very important. Estrogen, it's been a big thing that I've been realizing this month for as health. So focus on that. And estrogen also deals with balance in the scales, because you have to have a balance of this energy. Okay. When it comes to spiritual healing, this is someone who is not paying attention to God. Okay. So in the month of September, stop thinking that you don't have a relationship with God. Stop thinking that God is not involved in your life. Stop thinking that it's like ungratefulness is almost like, oh, I'm used to this. I'm used to God giving us sunshine. You want to be grateful for all the things that God has provided for this universe and understand that everything's connected. You guys are, everyone, you and I are connected, just like we're connected to the sun and the moon. All these things are taken for granted. So this is what I see when I see this card. You need to think of abundance and love and gratefulness, and also always think of God as the giver in your life and a producer of your life. And yeah, there's a lack of focusing on what God is giving you, is what I'm saying. And there needs to be an awareness of what God is giving you. Okay. So overall, guidance here. The day you plant the seed, the day you plant the seed is the overall message here for the month to put it all together. Okay. So planting the seed is going to move slow. The energy is very slow. Okay. So you, first of all, you got to pick the seed. You got to know the weather. You got to know, are you in the right area for this seed, for this to grow? Sometimes you plant seeds and they don't grow. You have to start over. Okay. If you know anything about a garden, there's a lot of lessons, and it's fine because you learn that, okay, you know what, this type of seed doesn't work with this kind of dirt. Sometimes you even have to change your soil. What does that all mean? You're like, okay, you're talking about gardening and dirt. Sometimes your foundation is not stable, so you have to change your foundation, whether that is your home, your career, your love life, whatever that foundation is. Sometimes that is not the best. Again, focus on God and what God is telling you. And then, so that's the soil, right? So you got your soil, you got your location. You're like, this is in direct sunlight. Does this sunlight work with this seed? You got to do your research for your foundation. Okay. So if this is regarding a relationship, if this is regarding a career, is this best for me? Is the career too far of a place to go to? Do I like working with people, or am I an introvert and I like to be alone? So those things you have to pay attention to. If it's like a relationship, is this relationship going to work? Do I have fun? Do I enjoy myself? Do they make me feel safe? Do they make me feel loved? That kind of situation is, and also too, you got to learn what kind of things you enjoy for as a relationship. So planting the seed, back to that thing, is, so not only are you worried about the soil and you're worried about the water and the sun, but you have to be consistent. So you have to consistently love yourself. You have to consistently work out. If this is for a business you are planting a seed for in this month of September, you have to work on that business every day. If this is a love relationship, you need to work on yourself, your relationship with God, and then things will follow. Okay. Meaning that if you love yourself, other people will start to love you. Okay. Also, too, you will love others. You will be open and positive about love. So if this is about money, okay, same as career, start saving, which we saw that we had to do this month, is a lot of saving. Stop spending and stop spending on toxic things. But the day you plant the seed, the day you decide to organize all these things, it will work. And the seed takes a long time to grow. Okay. I would say start seeing results in 3 months if you start to work on it day by day. I'm going to pull some more oracle cards. We have the upside down. Change your perspective on how you are looking at things in the month of September. Best case scenario, we want to think positive. We don't want to think pessimistic, negative. If someone is negative about it, about your situation that you're going through in September, change it. Okay, say, that's not my thought. I'm not going to put that into my existence. I'm going to think about the most positive scenario for me. So be very optimistic. And then lastly, again, this goes with optimism, is have a leap of faith for the month of September. Everyone have a leap of faith. Oh, I have this other one. This other oracle deck. Leap of faith, meaning that don't be afraid. No, God has your back, because remember, you're working on your relationship with God and your spirituality and your subconscious and your intuition. You're working on all that energy. Maybe I'll do a whole video on how to work on that. Anyway, but with that energy, you're going to have a leap of faith. You're not going to be scared. You're going to do it. You're going to be aware of the unknown. This is something that's first. It takes a lot of bravery when having faith. But if you just have a little bit of faith, right, that mustard seed, then you can move mountains, right? So mountains are so tough, takes a lot of energy, and it seems very fearful to even do it. It seems almost like it's impossible. But if you have the faith, you are determined to do anything. I am the dreamer of my dreams. Write that down, say it over and over. And I'm unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. This goes with the plant the seed. Again, I am unapologetic about what I desire, and and trust that what I focus on will grow. So if you got the haters and they're like, you shouldn't be doing that, and you're like, but this is what I want to focus on, God is telling me to focus on this, then go ahead and focus on it. And whatever you will focus on will grow. And that also goes for negativity, not just positivity. So if you want to focus on the negative, if you want to focus on the fear, that will grow. But if you want to focus on the positive, if you want to focus on the love, that will grow. Okay. So that is what we have. It's very simple, but yet very complex. Okay. This is a reading that is done online. Let's be very clear. So it seems like a collective reading. However, it is personal to you. This is what I know. I look at these things, I recap them after each month, even pertaining to myself, and they relate to the utmost. I've discussed your health, I've discussed your well being, I've discussed your spiritual relationships, career, money, love. People love those things. We've discussed those things. So now it's your chance to apply them. Okay. So not only did I do guidance, but I also did some predictions of the themes of the month. I would attach this to the astrology video. Okay. Then you get the hardcore dates, and it gets more of the scientific backing to the spiritual backing. All right. I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching. Bye. Oh, before I even end this, I do want to say that I did do a oracle reading attached to this. Is actually in my group, so it's behind a paywall. I've done that, and also too, I did best dates to do spiritual and emotional healing, and money and career, and when to launch something, and as far as relationships, I broke that down. That is also, those important dates are also in my exclusive group too. The link is in the bio. It's only $4.99 a month. All right, I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye bye.